You are tired, but it is not because of the work you did today. You are exhausted, but it is not because of the miles you have walked or the tasks you have completed. There is a heaviness in your chest that sleep does not seem to cure. You wake up and the weight is already there, sitting on the edge of the bed, waiting for you. It is the weight of conversations that ended years ago. It is the burden of mistakes you made in a job you no longer have. It is the ghost of a person who has long since walked out of your life. You are moving forward in time. The calendar pages are turning, but a part of you is anchored in the past, dragging a heavy sled through the mud of your memory. We often wonder why we feel so drained, why we have no patience for the present moment. We look at our lives and think we should be happy, or at least content. But there is this constant background noise of anxiety and regret. It consumes your energy before you even have a chance to spend it on something you love. You are carrying something that does not belong in this room, in this day, or in this moment. And until you realize what it is, you will never be able to put it down. There is an old story from the Zen tradition that speaks directly to this exhaustion. It is a story about two monks, two travelers on the muddy road, and a lesson about the difference between pain and suffering. Imagine a landscape in ancient Japan. It has been raining for days, the heavy, relentless rain that turns the world gray and soaks through every layer of clothing. The roads are no longer roads. They are rivers of thick, clinging mud. Two monks are traveling together on a pilgrimage. One is named Tanzan, and the other is Ekido. Tanzan is easygoing. He moves through the world like the wind, adjusting to obstacles, smiling at the rain, accepting the mud. Ekido is different. He is strict. He takes his vows very seriously. He believes in rules, in structure, and in the absolute purity of the monastic code. For Ekido, the path to enlightenment is a straight line, and one must never deviate. As they are walking, soaked to the bone, they come to a crossing where a small river intersects the path. Because of the heavy rains, the river has swollen. It is rushing and dangerous, and the mud on the banks is deep. Standing there, looking distressed, is a young woman. She is dressed in fine silk, a kimono meant for a celebration or a court appearance, certainly not for this weather. She cannot cross. If she steps into the mud, her silk will be ruined. She is stranded, anxious and helpless against the elements. The monks approach the river. Ekido stops. He looks at the woman, then he looks away. His vows are clear. A monk is not to touch women. A monk must maintain distance from the worldly attachments of beauty and fine silk. He tightens his jaw, lifts his robes, and prepares to cross alone, leaving her there. He is following the rules. He is doing what he thinks is right. But Tanzan does not hesitate. He does not consult a rule book. He sees a human being in need. He walks up to the woman and simply asks if she needs help. Before she can even answer, he picks her up in his arms. He carries her through the rushing water, his feet sinking into the mud, the rain beating down on them. He carries her across to the dry ground on the other side and sets her down gently. She bows in gratitude, and Tanzan bows back. Then he turns and continues his walk. Ekido follows him across the river, but he does not speak. He is shocked. He is horrified. He cannot believe what he just witnessed. A monk embracing a woman? A monk involving himself in the affairs of the silk-clad world? It goes against everything Ekido has studied. The two monks continue their journey in silence, but it is not a peaceful silence. The air between them is thick with tension. The rain stops. The sun begins to break through the clouds, and the birds start to sing. But Ekido hears none of it. He is seething. Inside his mind, a storm is raging. He is replaying the scene at the river over and over again. He judges Tanzan. He judges the woman. He judges the unfairness of it all. He thinks about how he will report this, or how he should reprimand his companion. They walk for 1 mile. Silence. They walk for 2 miles. The tension grows. They walk for 5 miles. The sun is now high in the sky, drying their robes, but Ekido is still wet with anger. Finally, late in the evening, as they approach a lodging for the night, Ekido can no longer contain himself. He stops in the middle of the road and turns to Tanzan, his face red with frustration.
"We are monks!" Ekido shouts. "We do not go near females, especially those who are young and lovely. It is dangerous. It is against the precepts. Why did you do that?"
Tanzan stops walking. He looks at his friend with genuine surprise. He sees the anger, the exhaustion, the heavy breathing of a man who has been running a marathon in his mind. Tanzan smiles gently and asks a simple question. "Brother, I left that woman on the riverbank hours ago. Why are you still carrying her?" This question cuts through the air like a sword. "I left her at the river. Why are you still carrying her?" Think about the weight of that realization. For Tanzan, the event was a simple action. It required effort, yes. He lifted the weight, he crossed the mud, and then, this is the most important part, he put the weight down. Once the action was complete, the burden was gone. He walked the next 5 miles light and free, enjoying the return of the sun. But Ekido? Ekido never touched the woman physically, but he carried her in his mind for 5 hours. He carried the weight of her, the weight of his judgment, the weight of his anger, and the weight of his righteous indignation. He carried a ghost for miles and miles, letting it drain his energy and ruin his peace. He was physically walking on a dry road, but mentally, he was still stuck in the mud back at the river. Now look into the mirror of your own life. Who are you carrying? What are you carrying? The woman at the river takes many forms in our modern lives. She is the project that failed 3 months ago. The paperwork is done, the consequences have passed, but you are still replaying the meeting in your head, wondering what you should have said. You are still carrying the failure. She is the argument you had with your partner before you left for work. The words were spoken, the door was closed, and you are now sitting in your office or your car. But you are not really there. You are still in the hallway, fighting the battle, thinking of the perfect comeback, feeling the heat of anger in your chest. You are carrying the conflict. She is the rude comment a stranger made online, or the driver who cut you off in traffic. The event lasted 3 seconds, but here you are, 4 hours later, telling the story to your friends, reliving the adrenaline, letting it spoil your dinner. You are carrying the insult. We are almost always Ekido. We pride ourselves on being right, on remembering, on analyzing. We think that by replaying the past, we are somehow fixing it or protecting ourselves from it happening again. But we are not fixing anything. We are just suffering. We are sweating and straining under a load that no longer exists in reality. The event itself is often neutral, like the river. It just is. Things happen. People leave. Plans change. Mistakes occur. That is the mud. That is the rain. It is uncomfortable, yes, but the suffering comes from our refusal to set it down after we have crossed. We hold on to the pain because it feels like a part of our identity. We hold on to the grievance because we feel that if we let it go, we are saying it didn't matter.
But letting go doesn't mean it didn't matter. It means you are done carrying it.
So, how do we practice the wisdom of Tanzan in a world that constantly asks us to hold on to things? How do we put the burden down? The first step is simply to notice that you are carrying it. Most of the time, we are so used to the weight that we don't even realize we are bent double under it. You might feel irritable or exhausted or anxious, but you don't connect it to the mental loop playing in the background. Stop. Take a breath. Ask yourself, am I here, walking on this dry road, or am I back at the river? When you catch yourself stewing over a past conversation, acknowledge it. Do not fight it. Fighting is just another form of wrestling in the mud. Just say to yourself, I am carrying this. I am carrying this anger. I am carrying this regret. Then, visualize the act of setting it down. It is not a metaphor. It is a physical sensation. Imagine the burden is a heavy stone in your hands. You have carried it far enough. It has served its purpose. Now, gently, without anger, place it on the side of the road. You can look at it one last time and then walk away. You might have to do this 100 times a day. You might put it down, walk 10 steps, and find you have picked it up again. That is normal. The mind is a creature of habit. When you notice you have picked it up again, do not judge yourself. Do not become Ekido scolding Ekido. Just smile like Tanzan and say, "Ah, I picked it up again," and put it down. Realize that you cannot change the river that is behind you. You cannot dry the mud that has already soaked your boots. The only thing you have control over is the step you are taking right now. If that step is weighed down by the past, you cannot walk with grace. You cannot see the sun that is breaking through the clouds. Your capacity to handle the challenges of today depends entirely on your ability to let go of the challenges of yesterday. If your hands are full of old luggage, you cannot catch the new opportunities falling into them. If your mind is full of old noise, you cannot hear the quiet wisdom of the present moment. The road ahead of you is long. There will be more rivers. There will be more rain. There will be more burdens that you must lift for a moment to survive. That is life. But remember the lesson of the empty hands. Carry what is necessary for as long as it is necessary, and not 1 second longer. The sky is clearing now. The wind is cool on your face. You have walked far enough with that ghost on your back. The river is miles behind you. Why are you still carrying it?